I hate warriors. There, I said it out loud. Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name is Peebagee, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. Leroy Jenkins the cat's being... Give him a little privacy. But getting back to it, yeah, I hate warriors. And let's talk about classes in RPGs, MMORPGs, and let's get into it a little bit because... Alright, so class design, when it comes to RPGs, tends to really stick to the same old tropes here and there and everywhere. And let's talk about that. We've got our warriors who are fighting for family and honor and to regain something they've lost. We've got clerics that are just trying to see the good in people, save the world. We've got rogues, thieves, our little edgelords, murder hobos, 100%. And we got casters who tends to have a very varied story for having a relatively very well set type playstyle. But anyway, we'll get into it. Anyway, let's break them down. Let's look at them, and we're going to talk about what I like, what I dislike, and well, y'all already know about warriors, so let's start there. I hate them. The story that warriors typically tell is usually one of strength, whether it's familial strength, so you're doing something for your family, for honor, a fight you've lost, your mentor kicked your ass and now you're coming back. Something like that is usually a warrior storyline, and I don't connect to it at all, ever, I know. I do tend to see it as a masculine story because I see a lot of men tend to connect to that story, fighting for... And that's cool. I don't. I also find their gameplay boring as sin. Do I smash him on the head? Do I smash him on the head, but harder? Again, if this is your type of gameplay, that's great. For me, not a fan. Hulk smash tends to get old pretty quickly in my book. And honestly, I find them to be the most cookie cutter type. Now, I've never played a warrior in Final Fantasy XIV, so I've heard their story is actually really good and quite exceptional in the warrior franchise. And I also admit melee is not usually my strong point in MMORPGs. Dragoon was the exception, which I was like, wow, I actually enjoy this. So you see where I'm going. And even in games like Dragon Age, for example, we got a little bit less of a cookie cutter warrior with the dwarf. So they traded in cookie cutter with misogynist, which... Yeah, no, he can go off a cliff. Long walk, short pier. So to me, very uninspired Hulk smash. Yay. Now, on the other side of the coin, our thieves, our rogues, our stabby McStabsters... Their stories are usually very predictable as well, but have a familiar type story. It tends not to stick a little harder, but you tend to get a little bit more interested in it because they are our edgelords. I live for that aesthetic. And let's be fair, I also started playing RPGs in my teens, so Locke, Final Fantasy VI, I was head over heels for him. He was in my party, even though he did fuck all for damage, and I guess he was cute. But that love story with Celeste, yes, yes. I do prefer the rogue type characters in D&D though, because that stabby McStabby damage is great, and they really have a lot more utility, and they're almost required, and I like that in that type of character. So, in the RPGs, hit or miss, story is edgelord, and you know, it feels good to listen to an edgelord story here and there, but generally speaking, they're usually replaced in my party pretty quickly, with the exception of Locke. Cleric, healers. It doesn't matter what your story is, you're staying in the party anyway. Cause I don't like dying. That simple. And once in a while you'll catch a real story that's like, what the fuck? Unalesca? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then most stories tend to be the righteous, the way, the path forward. Whether it's of faith, whether it's just wanting to do good in the world. I find their stories boring. But again, they're in the party no matter what anyway. However, I'm not sure how many of you are playing Octopath 2. Temenos, I'm interested in. Why? Because one, he's an asshole. How many clerics do you know that are just an ass? And two, he's sus as hell. I can't wait to see where that story goes. Because again, you're feeling it out and you're like, ow. So you can get some good stories with the clerics. But listen, let's be real. They're in the party anyway. They healing. They doing their thing. They making sure you're not dead. We like them. But they ain't here for their storytelling, usually. The spice of life, though, is variety, and variety comes with our specialty classes. So these are your support, your dancers, your bards, your mid-tier healers. I love them. I love them a lot. It's really open for storytelling, and a lot of the times they're just fun. Listen, you will sell me every single fucking time on a bard. I love the bards. Whether you got some cocky prick or some sexy seductress or just someone who can talk your ear off and get you so interested that you're like, yes, tell me more. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm sold. I like the idea of them. And they can have stories that are fucking dark. And then some joyous Lagrange. I love it. And I tend to sneak one into my parties here and there or play one just for the fuck of it. But I do enjoy it. And of course, it wouldn't be a video if I didn't talk about the best, in my humble opinion, casters. Caster stories are usually a wild card. And I mean, they can go from anywhere. Again, deep dark, like Oswald Octopath 2, what the fuck, dude? To like someone who spent their years studying and are just adventuring out and learning. Again, you can do pretty much anything with the caster, but it's the damage. Okay? I like the way they play. The only thing that scares me about a caster is usually mana conservation. So I get scared to use it very much because I might need that mana later. But once we got mana under control, y'all are dead. Too bad. Fireball. Fireball all day. Fireball raining down from the sky. Meteor. So it's obvious I really, really like the casters. Or maybe I just like big dick DPS. One of the two, probably both. So back at it. Listen, we got our casters on top for me. We've got our specialty right below. So your bards. Yes, bards all day. Stabby McStabsters and other types of damage, so your fighters and stuff. And I'm sorry, but warriors dead last. All right, now this is my list. And you're probably watching this going, girl, what the fuck's wrong with you? Obviously, you're not playing that warrior correctly. Obviously, you don't know how deep those story and connections go in the warrior. You know what? Let's talk about something that is a well-versed conversation on this channel. Definition of fun. The reality is you can Google the definition of fun. However, the definition changes person to person. So, in an RPG, role-playing, play what you want. Have fun. Make your party as good as you want. Listen, if you want a party that is just big dick damage, go to it. Maybe you're the player that likes to get 15 levels above the boss and then just stomp the fucker out. Or you're that person that walks in 8 levels below and you're like, you know what? It's going to take me 30 tries, but we're going to get it by the skin of my teeth. And I like that challenge. Or you're just like, I really like Locke, so I'm going to keep him in my party with Celeste because he's so cute. And then, well, I'll just fill in the rest and hopefully it'll go well. That's okay too. Either way, play it your way. Have fun. If you love warriors, that's great. Good. I hope you play one. I hope you play it the best. I hope that you get the story. It makes you cry. Whatever. I hope you enjoy it to the fullest. So yes, play the game the way you want it to. And if it's with a fireball and it lights you up, then light it up, bitch. But I'm interested to know, what is your favorite class archetype in role-playing games? Let me know in the comment section down below. Y'all know mine. We don't need to ramble on. If you like this kind of conversation, you like nerdy stuff, you like talking about Final Fantasy 14, you know what to do. Subscribe, ring the bell, check out some streams. We're here all the time. In the meantime, have yourselves a legendary day. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. You know what? Baldur's Gate comes out later this year, and I would just like to know, how many fireballs is too many fireballs? Asking for a friend.